If purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable.
Hello again. We are back again to another episode of Far From Finished. We want to again always thank everyone for viewing and taking the time to share with us and go with us on this journey as we really look to develop ourselves both spiritually and physically, meaning mentally. And we look at the different issues that everyone faces on a daily basis. All right. Before I get into today's program, I want to really encourage you to share the YouTube link, subscribe. I realized last time when we tried to do the YouTube live, I needed 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, it's a shameless plug to get 1,000 subscribers. So we're just looking forward for the people just getting involved, learning more about themselves, and moving forward in this life and facing the things that but on an everyday basis that people would usually face. It's all about growing, it's all about learning, and it's all about developing. So with that said, over the past 2 weeks, we were looking at depression. And I also want to say that the feedback has been great. And I think through that, we are going to look at a very dicey topic. It may be personal, and in it we'll be sharing a lot about my personal encounter with it. And what we want to talk about today is suicide. Suicide. Why this topic? I think after dealing with the whole topic of depression, there were a lot of persons who would have reached out to me in regards to dealing with this issue. So we just want to talk about it today a little. And I'll start first with talking about some stats that I discovered while researching suicide, right? So the World Health Organization was giving some stats in regards to suicide. And funny enough, in reading some of these stats, it was literally like blowing my mind, right? It is recorded that over 800,000 persons per year die from suicide. Now that sounds redundant. You can't die from suicide, it's taking your life basically. So it's 800,000 persons taking their life every year. They say that means that is one person every 40 seconds. I want you to let that soak in a little bit. One person every 40 seconds takes their life. And what they went on further to say is that on every adult that does suicide, there are 20 attempts following after that. So this thing is not just a thing that we play with. It's not something that to make people feel like people are going crazy. This is a real social issue. And the truth is, if persons may say or have encountered a person like that, you'd realize that most of the times persons who are going down that road, sometimes you don't even tell signs of it. It literally just happens. So in the Bible, we have learned about, or for those who don't know, there was a guy by the name of Judas who took his life after he realized he betrayed Jesus. Now, one of the things about suicide, it is linked to serious depression. And one of the things you realize about that is that persons give up on themselves because they think that life is not worth it. In other cases, people believe that they are crazy and they're going crazy because what they are facing is so overwhelming that they cannot actually talk to somebody about it. So the issue of suicide is real, and it is a social issue that we need to find ways on how to address it. So as we go through the journey of understanding ourselves, we really want to deal with this thing called depression and what it leads to. So in my life, I could safely say it is something that I attempted as a young person, that I wanted to literally take my life. And when I look back at it and look back at the reasons I wanted to do it, I realized that most of the times in looking back at it, it was really a selfish move. A selfish move in that I was thinking about myself rather than thinking about the people that are around me that truly cared. Most of the times we focus a lot on who doesn't care and not really focus on the people who really cared, who would be affected the most by you doing such an act. So it is not something that we take lightly. And if you know someone who's actually struggling with it, you know someone who's actually talking about it, don't keep it as a secret. You need to let someone know. You need to get them the right help and get them connected to the people who can actually help them overcome this issue. So so in terms of like what we dealt with the stats before, the picture I had in my mind was this: if 800,000 persons per year commit suicide, and Trinidad has 1.4 million people. Could you imagine if that number was hit Trinidad in its realest form? That's literally 2/3 of your population wiped out in a year. So the thing is, we don't take these things lightly, and we don't want to take it as just another social problem to talk about. It is real, it affects people in many ways. So as we go forward, as we tread on this journey, we really want to help people who may really believe life is not worth living for. And part of Far From Finish series is to help you realize and connect with a destiny that is way greater than what you think about yourself. So I hope, as we just dealt with the surface of it, as we go forward in our next episode, we're going to talk a little more on how we can deal with such an issue as suicide. So remember, if purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable.
If purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable.